General Factor settles with Sir Garfield. Gates fly back and they're racing in the Derby, and It's Magic the inside pinged out nicely. So did Sava 2XL. Sir Garfield got away quite nicely. Country Cop and Pagman are just getting tagged back in the field. And Mary Magic's on the improve with General Factor, Tomb Raider and Ormanzura all pushing forward into that first turn. So pretty keen going into that first turn at the mile and taking stock. Sava 2XL was able to hold the lead and sets it up now length in front of General Factor. Mary Magic threaded 3 wide early. It's Magic lobs into fourth into a good spot. Sir Garfield just gets back off those, settling down from Pagman the inside. Tomb Raiders wide and so's Ormanzura deep. Poet's Landing 3 wide, but he's got a bit of cover in front of him going to the back of the course. Country Cop getting back then from Momentum Amethyst, and Vasal's the last one. So inside the 1300, he's backed it off here, Brendan Davis with Sava 2XL, and he goes along comfortably at his own leisure, 3/4 in front of Mary Magic, who moved up into second spot. Running third, the leaders back. General Factor getting a beautiful run, the filly. A length back then in the field to Tomb Raider from Sir Garfield, travelling well. It's Magic the inside. Between runners, Country Cop, Poet's Landing obliged to race 3 wide, but he's on the back of Tomb Raider. Over on the inside, Momentum Amethyst. Pagman getting shuffled back with Ormanzura, and Vasal starts a run at the 7, where Sava 2XL going along nicely. A length in front of General Factor, comes off its back now, moves up quickly. A length back to It's Magic. Poet's Landing coming into the race now. It's got to a clear third as the pressure goes on. Sir Garfield 5th, and then Momentum Amethyst. Vasal's got back with Country Cop, dropping out Mary Magic. Tomb Raider, Pagman's a mile out of it, and Ormanzura the last one. Sava 2XL coming around the turn at the 3, still had it. On the outside, the filly General Factor laying down the law, and now Poet's Landing being produced. Deeper out then to Sir Garfield. It's Magic still a chance. Sava 2XL, he had a bit of a break, but here comes Poet's Landing. He's coming with every stride, and Sir Garfield late. Poet's Landing timing his run beautifully. Got the Sava 2XL, and the Triple Crown still alive. It's Poet's Landing, a length on the line. Sava 2XL getting through late in the photo. General Factor just couldn't see it out from Sir Garfield. Pagman closed off with It's Magic, and then Country Cop well back in the field. Momentum Amethyst, Vasal, Tomb Raider, Mary Magic, one of the last ones home with Ormanzura in the NT Derby, sponsored by Ladbrokes, and Poet's Landing keeps the Triple Crown alive for Lloyd, Kennewell and Connections and Paul Shiers. He has timed his run to absolute perfection, and he gets the money here. Sava 2XL looks like it'll hold down the second, and we stand by for that third. 7-8 go into the frame in 2:03.64. It's a pretty bunching finish. General Factor was right there issuing the challenge. Sir Garfield coming out wide, looking a bit of a hope. It's Magic was boxing on. Not much else from the back. Pagman's done a pretty good job to take ground off late after really being well out of it. And the rest were pretty well held, but the numbers confirmed. 7 the winner. Poet's Landing. Beautiful ride. Second goes to 8, Sava 2XL. Third to 12, General Factor. So the filly was right there all the way. And fourth has gone to 9, Sir Garfield. In front of 3, It's Magic. So first 5, 7, 8, 12, 9, 3 in 2:03.64.
Well, I'm joined by victorious Derby-winning trainer Lloyd Kennewell. Lloyd, what a tremendous performance, mate. I know you've only been up a couple of days, but that must mean a lot to you.
Yeah, it's terrific. Paul learned every cent then. That was a 12 out of 10 ride. We expect that of him, and that's why he was on the horse. And from the half mile, the sprint really went on, and he just slipped around him, got back into the running line, and got that toe into the race that he needed, because the 2000 was probably the only thing that we probably had a little bit of a question mark on. But he was strong through the line, and very happy to push on to the Cup now as long as he pulls up well. So really happy, and a big thanks to my old man Gary. He's done a terrific job with the horse up here, and obviously special mention to all the ultra racing crew. They do a really good job. We've got a lot of horses for them in Victoria, and obviously this horse we pieced together to come to Darwin. We thought he was the right horse for it, and worked out well. So Sean Buckley, thank you for sending the horse up, and we better see you here Cup Day.
Go and enjoy it, mate. Many thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Lloyd Kennewell, he's going to welcome his horse back in now, and we'll have a word, obviously, with 6-time now Derby-winning jockey in Paul Shiers. But what a tremendous ride, as Lloyd Kennewell has alluded to. The horse was back 3 wide. He made his run down the side, got into a challenging position. Sava 2XL gave a great kick, and it took a 10 out of 10 ride, or as Lloyd says, a 12 out of 10 ride by Paul Shiers to get Poet's Landing home just where it mattered. So we're just waiting now for the return of Poets Landing. That's Paul Shiers' sixth derby. He's won it in 2007, 9, 11, 13 and 17, and now in 2019. And he obviously only wins them in the odd years. Never won it at an even year, has Paul, but he'll be delighted with this, and he gets another derby on the board. He's won 9 guineas and now his 6th derby here in the top end. The only question mark, of course, going forward to the Cup as to what weight this horse will get. Paul Shiers, of course, a heavyweight rider. Whether he can make the weight of 55, 55 and a half, which this horse will probably carry, is the only question mark. But anyway, we'll have a word to him. He's just a big chair, as you would imagine. Great run, the second horse, Sava 2XL. Tremendous performance, tried really hard, given a glorious ride by Brendan Davis. And the filly, didn't she go a beaut? Number 12, General Factor. She was right there when the whips were cracking. Fourth at the line was Sir Garfield. He had his chance. I thought at the 200 he might be the horse to beat. And fifth across, number 3, It's Magic. They run 203.64, 203.64 in the Derby. Certainly there's been quicker derbies than that, but Brendan Davis, he backed the speed off down the back on Sava 2XL. And it took a super ride by a super jockey in Paul Shiers to get Poets Landing home. He's only a little bloke, as we said, after he won the Guineas. He certainly hasn't grown in 2 weeks, I can tell you that. Tremendous training performance by Lloyd and Gary Kennewell, and a great ride by the master. And here he comes, Paul Shiers. He's about to step on the scales, as he's done now for the 6th time in a derby here in the top end. And we'll have a word to him. Paul, many congratulations, mate. 6 derbies. What a great ride.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. He's a gem, that little horse. Like, he was a bit keen down the back when they slowed up, and I was on Tomb Raider's back, and I thought it's not going to take me anywhere. If I can just slide around a couple and get a little bit closer without spending any petrol, it'd serve me well. And give him a little squeeze, and he got round him easy, but then he switched off for me again, and I could give him that little furlong and a half breather before I had to ask him to go again. And when I pushed the button, he went again. So that was good. It was really good.
The big question, mate. He'll probably get 55, 55 and a half. Any chance of a ride in the Cup?
I think Joey Bowditch is a pretty firm booking. So he was never going to get my weight, and that's which way we're going. I'm just wrapped for the connections that I could get the job done today and keep their Triple Crown dream alive.
Well, you've done that, mate. You only win the Derby in odd years, 7, 9, 11, 13, and now in 19, mate. Many congratulations.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Paul Shiers, the legend that he is in the top end. He's won 9 guineas. He's now won 6 derbies. And as he explained there, probably won't ride the horse in the Cup. Joe Bowditch looks the man at the weight. But what a tremendous ride from Paul Shiers. And what a great win from Poets Landing in the Ladbrokes Derby.